Everyone enjoys getting out on the town for some live music. And there's nothing like going backstage and down the hall for a VIP pass to the inside information and interviews with the bands, singers, and songwriters that you enjoy. Welcome to Hall Around Town Radio's Backstage Hall Pass, a showcase of homegrown talent, mixing independent music with personal interviews and a behind-the-scenes look at our music community. Backstage Hall Pass is your front row center seat to some great conversation with the area's most talented artists. Whether you like rock, blues, folk, country, or R&B, Backstage Hall Pass delivers you a daily dose of the stories behind the music. And now, here's the host of our show, Scott Hall.
Good Monday afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon. How are you all? Hope you're all doing okay. I'm getting a little recast here in my ear. Hang on a minute. If I can figure it out. There we go. Let's turn that down. There we go. That's better. That's better. How y'all doing out there? You guys doing good today? I hope you're doing all right. Welcome to the program here on a Monday. Oh, August is over, people. It's August 30th. It is August 30th. Let me say hi to some folks here checking in. Steve Downey, how are you? Greetings to you, my friend. And Heather Armstrong in the house. How you doing, Heather? My good buddy, Seven West. It was great to see you over the weekend, my friend. As always, we don't get to catch up enough, so it was good to see you. Glad you're playing a bunch, though. That's a good thing. And good to see your lovely bride, your dad, your uncle, everybody that was there. Good stuff. Yes. Thank you, Steve Downey. Yeah, we had to hit that to stall for time today because I was working on something. So there is Ryan Schwab in the house of Schwab Photography. How you doing, Ryan? Good to have you with us. And the Wanderers, Mr. Glenn out there. He's our YouTube viewer. He's on the YouTube channel. And if you watch on YouTube, you can comment live. You can do everything like you can on Facebook. So just keep that in mind. If you're not a Facebooker or if you decide to take a break from Facebook, you can always catch us simulcasting on the YouTube channel at All Around Town Radio. Dave Worthington, how you doing? Hope the carnival went well, or with the festival, whatever they call it now. I always know it as the Lions Carnival, but hope it went well over the weekend. Jill, how are you? Good to see you as well. Seven, thank you for that comment. Julie Rossello, how you doing? Missed you over the weekend. Didn't get to catch up, but we will soon, I'm sure. And yeah, we had a busy weekend, and we have family in and all kinds of things going on and those kind of things. So we weren't out a whole lot, but we did pick up a few shows and a few things we'll talk about. And then we're going to talk about what you guys wrote into the show today. So if you didn't write in when we asked for comments earlier, throw it in the comments here in the show today, and we will certainly chat about it. And if anybody wants to call in or phone, we can. I'm working on some stuff here, trying to work on some stuff, but I don't know if I'm going to get it accomplished as we get the show rolling on a Monday. But I want to say hey to everybody. Hope you're doing okay out there. Want to again extend our sincere apologies and condolences to the families of the service members who were killed in Kabul, and certainly our hearts go out to them. And sad things to see those flag draped caskets come home to the United States. And also our thoughts and prayers go out to the folks in the New Orleans area and Louisiana area. It just, again, getting devastated by a hurricane down there, and rain and wind and all kinds of bad things going on there. So we are thinking about all those folks, and certainly tough time for especially the armed forces, because all the families that have people overseas and things, the fear is in your head all the time about that happening. And unfortunately, as they have said, and you've seen out there with people on Facebook and that talking about it, there were 13 knocks on 13 doors, and that is nothing anybody ever wants to have happen. So our thoughts and prayers are out to all those families and friends of those lost. So we will we'll get it going here today and keep rolling, trying to grab a photo if I can. And I might be able to grab one here as we're talking. But so what do you guys think? I saw a bunch of notifications today that a lot of the fast food restaurants are closing their lobbies again. So, what's your take on that, people? Are we headed back to where we were with the unfortunate issue that we had last year with closing down things? So where do you think we're going with all this? I'd like to see your comments on that. If you throw them in the comments, I'd love to hear from you. So please do if you can, and comment and let us know what you think, and I'll watch for your comments to pop up here. All right, Roger McNutt, how you doing, brother? Thanks for the write in on all the people you saw. You look like you had a great weekend of music. Good for you. And Seven saying we'll all be shut down again, I believe. Unfortunately, I hope not, man. I hope not. But when you start seeing the fast food corporations doing their shutdown and those kind of things, and we're going into that season where it's fall and the bugs start to come out like the flu and everything else, this virus is going to take a little bit more of a hold. And yeah, I think everybody's kind of fearing we're going to head in that direction again. I don't know that the governor of Ohio is going to do a whole lot of mandates, though. He took so much heat over it. I think he's going to let people do what they want. Maybe he won't do the shutdown, but when the CDC says things and they're all doing that, it's tough. It is, and it's tough to combat that. And hi, Gary. Thank you for dropping in today. And says the hurricane changed the flow of the Mississippi in the other direction. Wow, that is definitely powerful. And those poor folks in New Orleans, man, they just and the Gulf Coast there cannot get a break. Seems like just they rebuild and get walloped again. But that's sometimes the price you pay living on the coast, and these hurricanes come in, and this one was a dandy. So Roger, thank you for that comment. Great weekend, you said, of local live music. I'm glad to hear that. And yeah, it's interesting. We've got some local stuff and some national stuff to talk about. I am hoping like mad. We have a rescheduled KISS show on Thursday, and I'm hoping it doesn't cancel. Did hear some grumblings from the KISS camp that, Mr. Paul Stanley was sick and had possibly had COVID, and then Gene, and you never know what you can believe or what you can't. I probably should turn to Gary. I'm sure Gary knows. But are they going to play at the Nutter Center on Thursday, Gary? What do you think? Throw it in the comments and let me know, because I'm a little worried we're going to miss that one. I am. All right, I'm going to talk about what we did, and then we want to talk to you. And if anybody wants to call in, throw in the comments, you'll call, and I'll give you the number here in a few minutes. You can call in and talk about anything you want about your music over the weekend, anybody you saw and all that. And said Paul is in a 10-day quarantine, so it'll be postponed. Dewey says, yeah, I keep waiting on the announcement on that, but haven't heard anything yet. I keep seeing the Facebook stuff that Paul Stanley's doing, saying he's in quarantine and all this, and but yet they've got this show and they're still advertising tickets are on sale and everything else. And he said won't know until the guys get retested. Well, we'll see what happens. Because I'm sure they fly on private jets. I mean, it's not like they're going in the general population. So it could be if they get tested negative, they'll just basically be isolated and come in and play the show and then do their thing. But we'll see. Gene doesn't like to give up that money, man. He does not. Gino likes his money. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. Thanks for that comment, Ryan Schwab, on who you got to see this weekend. I did miss Strange Love, but I know Brandy wasn't singing with Strange Love this weekend, but looks like a heck of a crowd that went on at the Bell. And Jimmy B's for Britney's Lipstick, that band as well. Great band as well. So let me talk about our weekend. Really, let me tell you what happened. First of all, I've been a little under the weather. It's not COVID, so nobody panic on that. But just not feeling up to a lot of things, and kind of washed out and run down and all that. So didn't get out a ton this weekend, but did get out on Saturday to the Art Fest on Main in Springboro, and got a chance to check out a really cool event. They shut down the main street there, which is 741 in Springboro, from 73 down to past Heather's, and all kinds of art on display, all kinds of things. But one of the highlights for me was getting the chance to hear a band play there as we uh, Heather others was gracious enough to provide us with tickets to go to a dinner on Main. It's called, and this is a big deal they put on every year there. It's the second year, but for this and really cool. They set up a tent in the middle of Main Street. They have about 150 people partaking in this fundraising dinner for the Springboro Council on the Arts and all that. And the Art Fest committee gets all these celebrity waiters and wait staff and local food. It's all local food that is brought in. So all the produce was from Massey's Produce locally. All the food was prepared by Ambiance, the chef from Ambiance Wine in Springboro, and it was amazing the dinner, and I'll get back to the dinner, but I want to talk about the band that we got to see that I've never had a chance to see. I've heard tons about. Roger McNutt just commented on them. The Wright Brothers 3. This is a third generation band. With two of the young guys that are in the band are descendants of the original band, the Wright Brothers, and then the Wright Brothers 2, obviously that was before them, and now Wright Brothers 3 or trio. I don't know quite how they call their name, but I was blown away by these guys. These young guys who could play unbelievably well. And Roger, we must have just missed you or something. Yeah, the talent in these three young men is absolutely mind blowing, and so glad to have had the chance to hear them. I did talk to the one young guy, Roger, that's not a Wright brother, after the show for a few minutes and caught him as he was packing up stuff, and we chatted for a minute. But I just couldn't rave enough about how good they were and how professional they played, and just an absolute cool thing going on right in the middle of Springboro. So that was the only band we got to hear that played throughout the day, but we did get a chance to hear them as we had some cocktails and waited on dinner and all that. And the dinner was phenomenal and just a wonderful night in Springboro as we started out our evening. And just cool stuff for those of you that are from the Springboro area. You got to understand all the locally sourced stuff was absolutely amazing that they had for dinner. They even had an apple crisp for dessert that had ice cream from the K and K and W. So if you know the K and W, certainly that's a local favorite in Springboro as well. So really a cool thing. They had it all decked out. It was like sitting at a wedding reception. I mean, it was beautiful. You had your own server with for four people. Each four people had their own server. It was an amazing event, and hats off to the Arts Fest in Springboro for putting this on, and Kim from Eve's Inc., who was the chair, and lots of other people that were influential people in Springboro that were putting this thing on. So thank you so much for a great evening. After that portion of our evening, we did head, and Glenn's stealing my thunder a little there, but he's throwing DV8 rocks because he knows where I ended up later in the evening, and that was with our friends from DV8. And I can't let a night go by that they're playing that I don't try to get there at some point. And I miss a lot of them because they've been playing a lot recently, but really cool stuff. My friend Dave Wade just jumped on here, and he's the bass player in DV8 and a phenomenal singer as well. And if you haven't had a chance to catch DV8, guys, I say it all the time, but you're missing out. One of the premier bands in the Cincinnati region, and these guys, for a cover band, if you want to call them that, many of their covers are better than the originals. And it's just a group of musicians who are pros, and they hit that stage, and they've been playing a lot of new stuff I haven't heard lately, and I'm really enjoying a lot of that, and hearing them kind of shake up the trees a little bit because they're playing so much. They're trying to add some more to their set list and bring out some old songs they used to play and things like that. Deviate, amazing. Melissa Singer Reed, her vocals are off the charts, and Del McFarland as well. And when you put them together in a duet, it's even more amazing, and just on and on and on. So I can't emphasize enough for everybody that views this show. If you haven't seen a DV8 show, see it. If you haven't seen the Wright Brothers 3, go see them. Roger just commented on that, said the lead guitarist and his vocals are amazing. They were, and it's just for young kids, man. I mean, and I call them kids because they are. I mean, to me, they're kids. They blew me away. Deviate. I want to talk about a little more about that on Saturday night because interesting, but it was in the very into their summer concert series. So first of all, Deviate has played in front of 150,000 people at big festivals and events and things like that. They're in that little old Bell and the Bear, and if you've never been to Bell and the Bear, you can't even describe it to know what it's really all about. But it is a music, it's musical magic. I mean, in the place, and anybody that plays in there knows it's like playing one of those iconic places in Nashville, and you just have a vibe that everybody there loves music and everybody wants to hear the music. Well, they put Deviate in there, who's this huge rock cover band, and with a huge PA and everything else, and you know Lee Reed, Brian Mittendorf, and Todd Buck. I mean, they're some of the best production people in the world, and they can make a small venue sound like a rock concert right to 150,000 people. And the bass thumping, the kick drum was thumping. Dave Wade was slamming that bass, and we had so much fun there, catching them for about the last hour and a half, 2 hours of their show that night. And again, I've got to give a shout out to Phil Gatto on guitar, Mike Tekulve on guitar, and Doug Drew, one of the most underrated supreme drummers in the whole area. I mean, you don't hear a lot about Doug, but he could play with anybody, and they'd be proud to have him on the stage. So really a cool night there. And Karis and company, her staff was busting their hump. It was 190 degrees in the place because of all the people, and we were having a ball. Love that venue so much and love the people there and all our friends in the Deviate camp. They're nothing but superbly nice to us and treat us more than we should ever be treated, like rock stars status. And we appreciate you all so much for that. You're wonderful people, and thank you for a great night on Saturday night. Now, with that said, let me go to our comments here. And if you guys saw somebody play over the weekend that you didn't get in the comments on our post on Hall Around Town Radio today, please throw it in there. Dave Wade, you still out there, man? I see you said, hey, how are you? I hope you're still out there. I saw where Kara posted something about going to JD Legends to see Rick Rath REO tribute and saw Stranger at Stubbs. I saw the videos from Stranger at Stubbs, and again, couldn't get there. It's so busy this time of year for us, and just didn't get a chance to see all the music we wanted to see. And there's so many of them playing at the same time. But really, it looked like a great weekend of music. And Ray wants to know if they play any Maiden. No, I've you'd have to ask Dave. I've never heard them do Iron Maiden, but you're gonna get everything from Edgar Winter to Styx to Journey. Just so much. Evanescence. It's all over the place with Deviate. Good stuff. And thank you for that, Valerie, for that shameless plug for Thomas Cheek, who's playing tomorrow at Dead Low Brewery. Thank you so much. Hi, Belinda. Happy belated birthday to you on the show, but I know we said it to you on your Facebook page. But happy birthday to you, Belinda. Hope you're doing well. It's great to see your smiling face on here. Say hey to Robbie for me, if you will. I haven't seen him in a bit. And Ray says Dell can do it. Dell can do a lot of things. He's another one that's just got powerhouse vocals. And I've had a chance over the last few weeks to sit and chat with Dell and get to know him a little more. And it's been really interesting to hear. He's showing me pictures of people he's played with and had his picture taken with over the years and the bands he's been in and all that. And it was fun to get a little more background. And Deviate's Evanescence cover on Saturday was off the rails good and just so good. And, and then of course, Dell, Sound of Silence, he blows that away as well. So good stuff. And I'd like to check out Thruster. I would, Ray. For sure. I've seen some of the stuff online and all that, but really good stuff. Let me get to our list of who wrote in, because it's so important that you guys took the time to do that and help share, not only promote different musicians on our page and talk about them, but also talk about the venues that bring us music. And let's hope like hell that they don't get shut down again, because I don't know how many of them can survive it if they get shut down again. And right now we're just hoping and praying that that does not happen to our live music industry here locally. And you're starting to see a lot of big concerts cancel and things again. And I'm heartbroken over that. And not because we go to them, but because the whole industry as a whole took such a hit with the people who drive the buses and sell the merch and down to the person who cleans the venue after all that. Those people didn't have jobs, and that's tough. So Roger McNutt wrote in, and he said he saw a truck Friday night at Mr. Burroughs, and happy birthday to Nick Wheeler again. It was his birthday. And until Rust, he saw at the Barrel on Saturday for the Chaps for Charity fundraiser, and then took in Lyndon Davis down at on the river in Miamisburg down there in the evening. That's a cool little place to see music as well. So thank you for that, Roger, for writing in that one. We appreciate you, and you're a huge supporter of local music, I know. Steve Stein said Forsaken at Rustic Haven in St. Mary's. Yep. Played the second set. Saw Vaughn and Southern, sorry, and Chris playing on Sunday Funday at Colby and Cheeseburgers. Thank you for that, Steve. Appreciate that. Hi, Brian. We were just talking about you, man. The production team behind DV8, Mr. Brian, Lee, and Todd, are amazing. And they drink Miller Lite, just so you know. If you're ever at a DV8 show and you want to make the production boys happy by the end of the evening, take them a few Miller Lights. Every picture I've got of them has Miller Lite in it. It does. Thank you. It was great to see you too, Brian, for sure, for sure. And always fun to hang out with you guys. All right, moving on down the line. Clyde Mary Martin sent in. She says the Vienna Philharmonic Orchestra summer outdoor concert with piano soloist playing Rachmaninoff or something like that, variations and such. All right, on PBS. She took it in on PBS. Okay. Good. All right. Betsy from down at the Fairfield Pub wrote in, and she said Mama K music by Mama K Friday night, Fairfield Pub, and Hoghead Blues review Saturday night. She had a great time both nights. Thank you, Betsy from Fairfield Pub, for checking in. And what Dewey say here? He loves how DV8 brought their own PA, which is huge for Bell and the Bear. Yes. Smallest PA DV8 had, probably. Yes. I've seen them in the big setting. I've seen them in the small setting, and I can tell you that it was dialed in perfectly. I mean, you could hear, and I was commenting about Doug Drew's drums, about how you could hear every little tom roll, everything that went on, you could hear it. And Jim's keyboard coming through loud and clear, and those kind of things, just in the guitar work. Oh my gosh, the two guitar guys, they are amazing. So check it out. Check it out if you can. All right, let's see what we got. Maria said she saw the Remains on Friday night at Latitudes. Edward Sawicki, our good friend, the photographer, Ed, was at the Jam at the Bell and the Bear on Thursday. Friday, he was Brandon Miller at Fretboard and Strangelove at Bell and the Bear. Gosh, he saw all kinds of people. And he saw DV8 and took a lot of great pictures at DV8 Saturday at Bell and the Bear, too. Edward, if you haven't followed his page, SAWICKI Photography. Check him out. He's got shows and things on there that you'll love to see the pictures from. Gary Bellato said the Sideshow Band played the Stable in Eaton on Saturday night. Courtney Johar, her Rock Bottom band, just finished a 3-show weekend. She says, really needs to remember to send me her schedule. Yes, you do, Courtney Joe. And we'll get it on for you. So you guys doing all right? You're awfully quiet out there today for a Monday, man. And, I will tell you, I've been playing the Facebook game for a long time. Numerous friends of mine have been messaging all week back and forth with me. And it's interesting because Facebook has shut down again when you go live, the notifications unless you're paying them, your notifications aren't getting sent out except to a select group of people who are frequent commenters on your show. Otherwise, nobody sees it. So those things are happening again, and we're trying our best to overcome that. But it gets old and frustrating to deal with that mess and that constant change that they like to put on us here. Yes. Jenny forgot to mention that she saw Joan Jett and the Blackhearts in Cheap Trick and also Strangelove. Okay, well, I'll read the rest of yours, Jenny, but thank you for that. Good to see you pop in here. Josh Webb's on here from Josh Webb Music. If you haven't heard him, like his page as well, folks. Do it to it. Our friend Anthony Smith, Tony, The Bad Jacksons and Modern August at Missy's White Rabbit in Eureka Springs, Arkansas. He was on a trip. He got to see some live music. Good for you, Tony. Steve Petty saw the Stones on the radio, he said. Well, they played that on XM radio the whole weekend, had a Stones channel marathon in honor of Charlie Watts. Catherine Greer said Blue September played at White Dog Distillery on Saturday night. Warren McDonald's, the organist at the Reds game, do they even have one? I don't know anymore. Do they really have an organist, or is that just all hit the button and play the track? That's interesting. That'd be interesting to know. Does anybody know? Does anyone know about that at the Reds games? Is it really a live organist anymore? Because it used to be, and it used to be so much fun, but I don't know. Connie saw String Theory at Harmony Hill Vineyards. Don Vincent saw Tusk at the Phrase. There's another one we had tickets to, but couldn't get there, unfortunately. Some things were going on with the fam. Wendy Gullett saw Crown Watts in the menus at Miami Valley Gaming on Saturday, and Tusk on Sunday at the Phrase. Wendy Gullett's trying to do like 51 shows this summer, and she's well on her way. She is another huge supporter of local music. She is. All right, if you saw somebody play and you're out there watching, type it in the comments. If you want to call in, say, I want to call and talk about my favorite band. We'd love to hear from you, if you will. Brenda Phillips saw Full Circle at Skipper's River Cafe. And Dave Duncan wrote in, said Eddie Montgomery and the Kevin McCoy Band at JD Legends. Yeah, Eddie Montgomery playing their Kevin McCoy Band opening for him at JD's over the weekend. Mark Davis saw Maroon 5 at Riverbend. I'm sorry for my friend Glenn, who didn't get in because he didn't get his COVID test to come back in time to show he was negative. That just shows right there that strange happenings out there, people. Strange happenings. Chris Reese, let me cut something out. Works man, and says, which, by the way, will be the place to be on Saturday, 9/11, just saying, because I believe Crease and the Dat Band will be there, I believe. Let's see what else we got here. Yes, said Pat Riley and Chris Reese saw Byron Walton, watching Pat Riley and him watch David Thornton at Craneworks. Yes, all the musicians out supporting each other. Love that. All right, let's see. Gary's been on the phone for a KISS update. The show in Dayton, if Paul passes the negative test, the show in Dayton is on. More updates to follow. Thank you, Gary. Appreciate it. Gary's my resident Gene Simmons, and he always brings us the best in KISS information. So thank you for that. John Dale said Friday they had the Gamut at Trillions, then at Pullman Lanes on Saturday. And then Joellen Whetstone saw High Music for Musicians Festival. She said it was awesome to see Ronald Allen Cordy on the River's Edge stage, and a wonderful bonus to see Jody Chafin. There you go. Dale Owens saw Tusk at the Phrase. Quentin Fife said that he saw Ladder. That's the band he's in. And they said the super raffle was awesome. Mike Burt saw Stranger at Stubbs Park on Sunday night. Shirley saw the Bryant Brothers and Bobby Blanton at Lebanon Grand Opry. And Kara saw Rick Rath at the REO Tribute Band. Thank you for that, Kara. Did we get some more on that one? I think. Let's see. Ken Stapleton, More Than Zero, played Sugar Melons on Friday or Saturday night. That's cool. Nolan Taylor, Manchester Music Fest. We got a ton of them into the show today. Thank you. If you guys are out there, please write in. Let us know. We're here to support live local music. That's what we're talking about. So thank you for writing in. Sandy Wolliver, Barnett, Bryceland, Goodless. 4 names. Friday saw Spongeworthy, and Thunderstruck. AC/DC tribute on the patio at Wings in Vandalia. Sunday, Stranger out on the lawn at Stubbs Park, she saw. Brian Seeley heard Sirius XM 80s classic vinyl in his truck. Well, that'll count. Belinda checking in there on the comments said she saw Until Rust at Kings Point Pub. Don't you ever get tired of that band, Belinda? No, I love those guys. But Kings Point Pub, that was a new one for them, I think. I don't know that I've ever announced they played there. So cool stuff. Belinda kind of has a little vested interest in Until Rust. Somebody's got to go and police Robbie. And she keeps a good watch on him to make sure he's a good boy. She does. I love it. She never gets tired of it. She's there a lot. She is. but we love her. All right, let's see what else we've got here. Mike Trent saw Gene Watson in the Farewell Party Band. Rick Montgomery saw Road Trip at Riverside Marina in Dayton, Kentucky. Dan Flawn saw DV8 and Strangelove. Both of them were awesome. And yeah, Jamie Llewellyn said she was at the house jamming with the guys. Rock out every weekend. Turn the amps to 11. There you go. Kelly said Sarah Sugar in the High Crimes at Little River Cafe. Jason Grubb saw Audio Mayhem at the Madison Inn. Danielle Collins saw the Menus at Miami Valley Gaming's. Jim Contz saw Drive at Froggy's. Well, he's in the band. Brenda Dixon, Whiskey Town, she said, at First and 10. Dave Berman, Tori Faith at the Parlor on 7th and Whiskey Town at First and 10. Thank you for that. See what else I got. Let's see what we got. Josh, you got to send me those, man, so I can talk about them. Ohio Brass and Electric played the Clifton Music Arts Fest on Saturday. Yeah, he watched the Hoppers play there too. If you've never heard Ohio Brass and Electric, guys, that's another one that Josh is in. An amazing band. Absolutely cool stuff. And it's totally different than what you see out of Josh and some of his other projects. It's just it's almost like an alter ego. It is, for sure. Lindsay Foltz saw the Deuces Wild Band in Whiskey Town. Mark Grizel saw Jordan Wood at Billy's Burgers and Beers in Lebanon. Shelley Hahn saw Tori Faith at Parlor on 7th and Whiskey Town at First and 10. Joe Matracia saw Swan at the St. Paul Festival. Jeremiah Hatton saw a bunch of metal people at a metal fest. So good for all of you. Thank you for writing that in. We appreciate it, guys. So I didn't get a whole lot out of many of you there, but where do you think we're going with this now that we're shutting down fast food lobbies again and canceling concerts? Garth Brooks canceled his tour and those kind of things. Are we headed for a heartbreak, as Kip Winger would say again? I hope not. I hope not at all. But that's our Monday show, guys. We'd appreciate you sharing it if you would. And throw it out there to the folks and let them know we're talking about local music. And if you have a band or a local musician you'd like to get involved with us and have us mention their gigs on our Who's Playing Out segment every Thursday, we would love to do that. And yes, please say it ain't so, Kevin. I agree. I don't think we're ready for another round of this stuff. Kevin Cooper, if you haven't seen him, he's in the Hanky Panks, Eyes Up Here, Kevin Cooper Music. He's another one that's awesome to follow. And he helps run the Jam, one of the hosts of the Jam at the Bell and the Bear every Thursday night. And some of you have been there, I know. And don't forget tomorrow's Top 5 Tuesday. Also, we'll be back to Mr. Burroughs Tavern since the Queen of Hearts hit for $241,000 last week. We will be back at Mr. Burroughs on Tuesday for Tuesday question trip from 7 to 9:30. Every Wednesday, we bring you Wednesday with the band. We're looking for new bands to be on that. If you have a band that you'd like us to feature, send them my way, if you will. Send us a private message on Facebook, and we'll be glad to get them involved, get them scheduled for Wednesday with the band. And also name that tune trivia every Wednesday night at Heather's on the patio. We're going to do that one through mid-November. As long as the weather holds out and we don't get any snow, we'll be playing trivia. And we are totaling up the points of all the people who've played all season. And you guys are going to have a chance to play in the big finale game. That's going on. We'll be announcing that again this week on who's got what in the point standing. Thursday, Who's Playing Out, brought to you by Froggy's in Monroe. And hopefully I'll be taking in Kiss at the Nutter Center on Thursday, but you never know. We'll see what happens to Paul Stanley's quarantine. Hopefully he had a false positive test and everything will be good. We'd love that to happen. Thanks for watching today, guys. Hope you had a great time with us for this Tuesday, August 30th, 2020. On radio shows. And Dave Worthington, you should have called in today, man. I could have had you call in and you could have told me about the Lions bands, but we'll do it another time. We will, for sure. All right, guys. Thanks so much. Appreciate y'all. We're going to get out of here. Let me hit up a little outgoing music if we can. And we'll see y'all real soon. Have a great day. Bye-bye, everybody.